Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. We are gathered here today as fellow Filipinos deeply concerned about the future we are building. The recent floods that have ravaged communities, the increasingly frequent and intense typhoons, and the creeping threats of sea level rise and drought are realities that impact the lives and livelihoods of all of us. This National Summit on Climate and Disaster Emergency is not just a gathering of experts. It is a call to action, a recognition that the time for incremental changes is long past. It is time to acknowledge that climate action is not just about saving our environment, but securing our very way of life. The Filipino spirit is renowned for its resilience. We have faced countless challenges throughout our history: natural catastrophes, economic hardships, and social inequalities. Tayo ay mga Pilipinong may likas na katatagan. We have always found the strength to rebuild and persevere, but resilience alone is no longer enough. The scale and intensity of the climate crisis demand a shift in our thinking. We must move beyond simply reacting to disasters. We must become proactive agents of change, building a future where our communities are not just survivors, but thrive despite the profound challenges of a changing climate. Let me be unequivocally clear. Climate action is not merely an environmental issue to be relegated to the periphery of our national priorities. It is an economic, social, and national security imperative woven into the very fabric of our nation's well-being. Our natural resources are our most invaluable allies in the fight against climate change. Our forests, mangroves, coral reefs, and wetlands play a crucial role in absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, mitigating greenhouse gas emissions, in buffering our coastlines from storm surges and erosion, and therefore protecting our coastal communities, in providing vital habitats for biodiversity, safeguarding our natural heritage, and in regulating water resources, ensuring water security for our communities. Pangangalaga sa ating kalikasan ay pangangalaga sa ating kinabukasan. We must strengthen our efforts to protect and restore these vital ecosystems, recognizing that a healthy environment is a prerequisite for a sustainable and resilient future. Among other things, we are actively implementing nature-based solutions, such as the pilot project in the Ticao-Burias Pass Protected Seascape, focused on restoring degraded seagrass and mangrove ecosystems, rehabilitating sandy beaches, and empowering local communities for sustainable fisheries and conservation. Climate action cannot be imposed from the top down. It must be driven by the needs and aspirations of our local communities. We are committed to empowering our local government units with the resources and technical expertise they need to develop and implement effective climate resilience strategies tailored to their specific context. Strengthen capacity building programs to enhance their ability to assess climate risks, plan adaptation measures, and mobilize community participation. Enhance access to climate finance and technical assistance, enabling them to implement innovative and sustainable solutions. And a platform for knowledge sharing and collaboration, fostering a network of resilient communities across the Philippines. Sama-sama nating palakasin ang ating mga komunidad, enabling them to become agents of change. We recognize that achieving our ambitious climate goals requires a significant investment of resources. With our national adaptation plan in place, we are firmly committed to allocating the necessary financial resources to implement our climate action plans. We have established the Interagency Steering Committee on Climate Change to ensure coherent and effective implementation of our National Adaptation Plan 2023 to 2050 across all governments and sectors. Support local government units in their resilience building efforts. Through our risk resiliency program, we have successfully reviewed 131 climate responsive programs and projects for fiscal year 2026. Promote sustainable agriculture and protect our ecosystems through our participation in the joint crediting mechanism, particularly in alternate wet and dry projects in agriculture, preparing Filipino farmers to earn from carbon credits while contributing to significant water savings and increased agricultural outputs. We recognize that we cannot tackle the climate crisis alone. We will actively seek partnerships with international organizations and develop partners to access climate finance and technical expertise, leverage innovative technologies and best practices, advocate for a more equitable distribution of climate finance on the global stage. The climate crisis demands a whole-of-society approach, a united front where every sector of society plays an active and meaningful role. This includes a work in updating the Nationally Determined Contributions, or NDC, as we seek to wrap up its updated version for emissions reduction targets for the sectors of energy, transportation, agriculture, forests, and other land uses, waste and industrial processes and products use for the years 2025 to 2035. I call on our businesses, including all the chambers of commerce and business clubs, urging them to invest in sustainable practices and embrace circular economy models. On academia, challenging everyone to develop innovative solutions and train the next generation of climate leaders. On our civil society organizations and non-government organizations, empowering them to mobilize communities and advocate for climate justice. And every Filipino citizen, inspiring them to embrace a culture of environmental stewardship in their daily lives. I extend my heartfelt commendation to the local Climate Change Adaptation for Development for spearheading with DNR the Klima Awards. This initiative is not merely about celebrating past achievements. It is about inspiring future action, fostering a culture of innovation, and recognizing the dedication and hard work of individuals and communities who are leading the way in building climate resilience. Saludo kami sa inyong sipag at dedikasyon. Your efforts are a beacon of hope, demonstrating that transformative change is possible when we work together with determination and a shared vision for a sustainable future. Let us view the climate crisis as an opportunity, an unprecedented opportunity to build a more resilient and sustainable Philippines, capable of withstanding the shocks and stresses of a changing climate. Create a more equitable and inclusive society where all Filipinos can thrive regardless of their backgrounds or circumstances. Among other things, we are also tackling climate mitigation strategically through the National Action Plan on Short-Lived Climate Pollutants, aiming to reduce potent greenhouse gases like methane through policy, capacity building, and targeted projects. Forge a stronger and more united nation bound together by a shared commitment to environmental stewardship and a brighter future for all. Isang Pilipinas na luntian, ligtas at maunlad para sa susunod na henerasyon. A nation where our economy is green, our communities are safe, and our environment is healthy for generations to come. I am confident that by working together, sa pagkakaisa natin, we can overcome the climate crisis and build a brighter, more resilient, and more prosperous future for all. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.